Welcome aboard, aviation enthusiasts. Get ready for a wild ride into the world of one of the most iconic and feared jets in history, the F-14 Tomcat. Developed by Grumman in the 1970s, this fighter didn't just dominate the skies, it redefined them. Born in the cold shadow of the Soviet threat, the F-14 was the answer to a rapidly evolving battlefield. Soviet bombers and anti-ship missiles were becoming too much for the U.S. Navy's aging fleet of fighters. The Navy needed something faster, stronger, and more advanced to keep up with the new dangers of the air. Enter the F-14. The Tomcat wasn't just another fighter, it was a beast designed for air superiority. With a variable sweep wing, it could go from a high-speed interceptor to a nimble dogfighter in an instant. And let's not forget its iconic look. Those wings, which could shift from 20 to 68 degrees, made it the chameleon of the skies. But the F-14 wasn't born overnight. After the failure of the F-111 project, the Navy needed something specific, something with muscle. Grumman answered the call, and with a bit of a naming twist, honoring Vice Admiral Thomas Connolly, the F-14 was born, with the Tomcat moniker adding that classic Grumman touch. Fast forward to the mid-70s, and the F-14 was airborne, ready for battle. Armed with cutting-edge radar, infrared sensors, and the AIM-54 Phoenix missile, a game-changer with its 200-kilometer range, the F-14 could take out enemy aircraft before they even knew what hit them. Talk about a technological leap forward. However, no legend comes without flaws. Early in its career, the F-14 struggled with its engines. The TF-30s were prone to failure, which led to some rather spectacular accidents. But the Navy wasn't backing down. By the late 70s, the F-14 was re-engineered with the more reliable General Electric F110 engines. With new engines came more power, more control, and most importantly, a fighter jet that was ready to do what it was built for: dominate. By the 1980s, the F-14 was cemented as one of the most formidable fighters on the planet. Then came 1986, the year the Tomcat became a cultural icon thanks to Top Gun. Tom Cruise and his legendary squadron flying the F-14 brought this already extraordinary jet into the hearts and minds of civilians everywhere. We all wanted to be Maverick, didn't we? But the F-14 wasn't just for the movies, it was real. In 1981, it saw its first combat in the Gulf of Sidra, taking on Libyan Su-22s. And this was just the beginning. Over the years, the Tomcat flew countless missions, from intercepting Soviet bombers to protecting the fleet, becoming a cornerstone of U.S. naval power. Yet despite its legendary status, the F-14 had limitations. It was specialized, designed for one thing: air superiority. When the Navy started needing more versatile fighters that could handle ground strikes as well, the F-14's specialized nature became a problem. It was costly to maintain, and its Phoenix missiles, though deadly, were expensive and rarely used in real combat. By the 90s, the Navy had a new star, the F-18 Hornet. More versatile, cheaper to operate, and easier to maintain, the Hornet would eventually replace the Tomcat. And so, despite some final upgrades, the Super Tomcat, the F-14 was retired from U.S. service in 2006, replaced by newer, more adaptable aircraft. But the F-14 didn't fade away quietly. Iran, the only foreign customer to buy the Tomcat, continued flying its fleet. These jets were involved in the Iran-Iraq War, and despite lack of parts and support, the F-14 kept soaring, proving just how tough this bird really was. So, here's to the F-14 Tomcat, a fighter that lived a legendary life, inspiring movies, dominating the skies, and serving its country for decades. The Tomcat may no longer be in service, but its legacy lives on, forever a symbol of naval aviation greatness. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride through history. Keep your engines running and your wings level. Until next time.